Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's Planning and Zoning meeting, Thursday, October the 4th, 2018. Our first order of business will be a public hearing, and that's the CEF Zone Change -59.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Tonight's public hearing is a zone change request for Child Evangelism Fellowship, ZC-59. I'd like to ask that the municipal code by reference, the 2016 Warrenton Comprehensive Plan by reference, and the public hearing notice published in the paper be made a part of the record. This petition is a rezone of approximately 105 acres located at 17701 Highway M to be rezoned from agricultural to M1 light industrial. And Brandon is here for the applicant to answer any questions.
Okay. Is there anyone tonight that would like to speak on behalf or against the public hearing tonight for the CEF zone change? Hearing none, we'll close our public hearing for this evening and open up our regular meeting with the minutes from our last meeting, September 6, 2018.
Move to accept the minutes. Second.
Motion by Mr. Cooper, second by Mr. Costello to approve the minutes as submitted. Any other further questions? Roll call vote.
Mrs. Blondin?
I'll abstain, I was absent.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Priest?
Abstain as I was absent.
Mr. Holt is absent. Mr. Costello?
Yes.
Mr. Deach?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum is absent. Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Durbin is absent. And Mr. Gerloff?
Abstain, I was absent.
Motion passes 4-0 with 3 abstentions and 3 absent tonight. First order of business tonight will be our zone change for Child Evangelism Fellowship, zone change -59. This was just brought up in the public hearing. Brandon, if you want to come up and state your name, sir, for the public record.
Sure.
If anyone has any questions, we'll address them.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brandon with Lewis and Beatty. I'm here on behalf of Child Evangelism Fellowship, and here to answer any questions on the zone change you may have.
My question is, why are they changing the zoning? Do they have plans for the land?
From my understanding, they are doing it to market it. Looks like they're kind of coming to the realization that that's some excess property and that they may be able to sell some of that off to use towards their actual mission. You know, they've got, I think, 600 acres, I believe, is their total property there, and majority of it is south of the Highway M, and that piece is north, and so I guess they believe that it's the most valuable and the most easily parted piece they could. That's my take. I haven't seen or heard of any specific plans. I believe it's just for the purposes of selling it.
And that's what they stated last month as well. And that was actually the concern of the citizens.
Right.
But going to M2 opened up a lot of can of worms that
Sure.
The commission was afraid to open at that time. So
Sure. I watched the video.
yeah. It was compelling. Probably gonna win an Emmy.
It may.
Does anyone have any questions for Brandon?
I really don't.
So does anybody have any comments?
I'll make a motion that we recommend approval of the zone change for Child Evangelism Fellowship to M1, correct, M1?
Yep.
Yes.
M1 as requested.
A second.
Motion by Mr. Costello, second by Mr. Cooper to approve the zone change for Child Evangelism Fellowship, zone change -59 from Ag to M1. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mr. Costello?
Yes.
Mr. Deach?
Yes.
Mr. Cullum? Oh, he's gone. Sorry. Mr. Barton?
Yes.
Mr. Gerloff?
Yes.
Mrs. Blondin?
Yes.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Priest?
Yes.
And motion passes 7-0 with 3 absent tonight. And that will come in front of the Board of Aldermen on
The 16th,
October the 16th,
for sure.
for sure. Okay. Next order of business will be our boundary adjustment for Lot 40A and Lot 41A, Sunrise Terrace, subdivision -63.
I'm gonna remove myself.
Okay. Ms. Lana will be excused from dice during this.
So this boundary adjustment is for lots 40 and 41 from Sunrise Terrace. And it's been reviewed, and it does meet code for the, I think that's the R3 district.
So my question is, it looks like taking an existing platted lot with a residence and creating two lots, one which is the residence and the other is a separated lot that would be for whatever other purposes might come in the future. Is that correct?
Correct, so Stacy Bladden and Chad Bladden owners of that lot, that's where we live actually. So our house sits on the .44 acres right now. It's platted as two separate lots, 40 and 41. We would like to sell that off so that we can build in the back eventually.
Okay. So just to clarify, that is your personal residence? That we have a business relationship on insurance?
Oh, yes, correct.
Okay. So I have to abstain.
That is my personal residence. We live there.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is what it is. You get the land and you're just gonna
Yes.
down the
We,
other property lines.
We have a shop out back on the other
I
3
see.
acres.
Yeah, I
We'd
noticed
like
it
to
on
keep the
the-
shop, that's why we're dividing it. We want to keep the shop with the house that we will build eventually.
Okay.
So Brandon, did you all draw up the site plan for this?
Yes, we drew up the plat, the boundary adjustment plat.
And setbacks are all, as well, 4/10 of an acre, all setbacks would be,
I
Would be-
believe so. I don't know. I didn't personally draw it. I don't see it on the drawing, so I don't know. I'm sorry, I was not prepared for this one, but,
How long will it take?
I do not know the answer to that.
okay. How deep is the lot? Is it 100 and,
How,
145, it looks like.
okay.
Can you zoom in a little
Can
more,
I have it
on the
come?
small lot? Looks like 145 by
You will okay with 5?
I think we're gonna need that.
133.
Is he around?
He's about 15 minutes out, 20 minutes out.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna have
Yeah, come on in. We'll wait for you. We'll postpone. We'll wait for you.
Tell them to bring dinner.
Come on in, Eric. Come on in. Come on in. All right, bye. All right.
Do we not have enough to vote then?
Yeah. So, I think at this time what we'll do is we'll just ask for a recess just for a few minutes until we can reconvene. So,
Okay.
at this time we'll just recess and we have another member that's in the area that could be here in an emergency, but we didn't realize this situation was going to arise. So that's fine. It was just, well, we don't want to postpone the vote to another month, so we
Okay.
want to go ahead and make sure we get this. So
Okay.
at this time we'll just call for recess and we'll open up the meeting here in just a second.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is me.
So my question on, you have to have a formed open meeting, but then on
That's what
actual
she was-
votes, does it require a majority of the 10 commissioners, even if?
Okay, recess is now over, and we'd like to call back to order our meeting for October the 4th, 2018. We are currently on the boundary adjustment for Lot 40A and Lot 41A, Sunrise Terrace, subdivision -63. Ms. Blondin has stepped away from the dais because it's her property that we're discussing. Mr. Costello has a business relationship with that property, so he has also stepped away. So we now have quorum present. So Ms. Blondin, you were saying?
I was saying, so we own the piece, this whole piece right here, and it's 2 lots, lot 40 and 41, and we want to change the boundary line so that our house actually sits right here right now. We want to change the boundary line to, was it 145 by, I can't remember.
132.
132, so that we can keep this remaining piece for ourselves. We already have a road here to go back and eventually build a home right there. we have a shop back here also, existing shop that we want to keep with the home we're gonna build. So that's what the store is.
And it is right now, there are two separate lots.
Right now, they're two separate lots. So
And
we're
you're just, you're gonna
changing-
make them one lot?
We're
or-
gonna make, it'll be two.
It'll still be
We're
two?
just gonna change the size of one.
See the dash lines here,
Okay.
are the two
But-
lots.
Gotcha.
The
There
one
are
that,
two.
the one that's been, the one that's
I-
now gonna be smaller
Yep,
still meets the requirements,
as far as I know, it does, yes.
still meets the requirements. I mean, that would be the only concern in that situation, so. Anybody else have any questions or comments for Ms. Blondin? Brandon?
What impacts does this have on current property standards and boundaries as it is now? Any?
70 by 120. He has some dimensions?
Well, what impact does it have on, I mean, I guess exactly how far are we expanding the boundaries in, I guess, in feet? Or I guess what impact does it have on current, on how the property lines are now?
This is
And-
the current property line that you see, the blue.
Okay,
All of that.
And then what they're doing then is they're taking it and this piece here,
yeah,
Which
this
is
will
where the
be,
house is at now.
this will be lot 40A,
house there.
and this will be lot 41A.
Okay,
So what they're doing is they're just taking this piece here and making it its own. And then
Okay.
here's the road she talked about that goes back, that would be part of that second piece back there.
understood.
And your plan is to build a new residence on the back property?
Yep, back in the back part past this shed. This is where
Right.
Chad uses keeps all this equipment and stuff. So we were wanting to put a home right here. Wherever the boundaries allow us to. We may have to clear some trees. I'm not sure we haven't got that far into it yet. That's off in the future.
Okay.
We're not gonna break ground on that for quite some time.
Any other questions or comments? Entertain a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the boundary adjustment as presented.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Mr. Gerloff, second by Mr. Cooper, to approve the boundary adjustment for lot 40A and lot 41A of Sunrise Terrace subdivision -63. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote.
Mr. Deitch?
Yes.
Mr. Barton?
Yes?
Mr. Gerloff?
Yes.
Splendid abstain. Mr. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Priest?
Yes.
Mr. Holt?
Yes.
And Mr. Costello abstain.
Motion passes 6-0 with 2 abstentions and 2 absent tonight at this time. And that'll come in front of the Board of Aldermen on October 16th.
Thank you.
Thank you. So at this time, we'll invite those back to the dais and close the meeting, but turn it over to our planning and zoning officers report tonight.
So just so you guys know, we have several things on the meeting for next month. Kelly, who is our planning and zoning officer, has left. She's no longer with the city. So we're back to Melody and Chris and myself doing planning and zoning right now until we get that position filled.
Well,
So
just
next month
fill it
we
with
have
you
quite a
three.
few things.
I think we just fill it with you 3. So there are several things on the agenda?
Yes, definitely. There were some miscommunications that went out prior. We thought we were going to be on this meeting, and they'll be all on next meeting.
Okay.
And that's November 1st.
And that is, what's the date on that? November the 1st?
It's the first.
November 1st.
Thursday.
So we need to be here.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
That's all I have.
That's what you got. Anybody else have anything for the good of the group? Entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Mr. Deep, second by
I second it.
Mr. Gerloff. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, guys.